All my friends got stick cases, yeah, I'm praying for them. I'm the shooter now, I won't let a hand land on. I've been raised by Marines, so you know the shot is Jason Bourne. God took my grandma, then my heart is still torn. Views from the land, I can see the whole.
Views from the land.
Hey, welcome back to Views from the Land. I'm your host, Ice. I'm back with a special guest. I mean, super legend. He's an athlete. Even though he's a Detroit native, this man has turned himself into an Inkster legend. I mean, legend. University of Michigan legend, record breaker, recipient of the Tom Herman Michigan football legend. What's that, the 98, right? He was the second one to wear that. 2016 Rookie of the Year, Japan X League, 4-time Emmy Award winner, mentor. Man, we can go on and on. Devin Gardner, man, thank you for pulling up.
Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you.
You already know.
I'm just telling you, I don't know. I ain't never think I'd be doing this, man.
No, that's a fact, man.
Because 2009, 2000, yeah, it's still a little bit of smoke simmering around the way. Hopefully it's died down by now, man.
Hey, no,
still hurting. Still hurting.
I literally just seen it on my timeline on Facebook.
Oh man, like, I can never escape it.
Oh my God! I'm like, man. Hey, listen, that was a big highlight for me in my career. You know, that was a small one for you. You probably don't even think about it. But.
Well, don't think about it. Shoot, I ain't stopped thinking about it.
Let me ask you this before we get into it. What hurt worse, like high school, college, or the pro level? Like one of your rival losing to a rival team.
Man, losing to y'all that year, because you gotta remember, we was like top 5 in the country or something. We was something crazy. Like we eventually would go not lose another game into the championship after that. But like going into that game, it was more than just a football game. You know what I mean? Because like for me, like my whole, like not my whole drive, but a lot of my drive is like Mike, Kobe. Even though I'm a LeBron fan, my attitude and mentality is more like them. So I find ways to like hate people for real, like you know what I mean, to get me juiced up. You know what I mean? And so, first of all, it's Highland Park. Obviously, it speaks for itself. Highland Park, Inkster. We the two black schools in one conference where y'all smashing everybody, we smashing everybody, and now we got to see each other. Right? Y'all talking crazy, right? I done played against all y'all in Little League.
We talking
right
crazy.
Here, y'all, and for you specifically, it was like even though we had never really talked. I know he think he better than me, and I got a problem with that. You know what I mean? Which you should. You know what I mean? But like for me, it was you. Like I know in his head he think he better than me, and I don't like that.
That's a fact.
Right? So I take offense to it.
That's a fact.
Right? So like it's plays in that game where it's one where I done broke like 15 tackles, all that cut.
I remember.
And it was like the anger and the attitude of like. This he think he better than me, and I don't like it. You know what I mean?
Show this one.
I gotta show him, and so it's so funny because the dude. Remember, we driving down in the game. Long story short, that hurt more than anything. Like for real.
Yeah.
Like losing Ohio State at the buzzer, basically 42-41. I got all these stats and everything. We lose. That hurt, right? But like that game and that game against, I cried after that game. And I'm gonna be honest, you propelled me to go. I had 48 touchdowns that year.
Yeah,
you was a part of that because your interview after, oh man, I was hurt. I'm still hurt. I seen it popped up on my timeline. I'm like, he do think he better than me. I knew that. I knew he thought he was better than me. Like, you know what I mean? So, but like that's like little stuff. Like even as a young kid, like as a I was a high school kid, but I always found ways to like find a slight that maybe didn't exist. Like create these scenarios of like I remember we played like Thurston or something like that, and I think they coach said something. I don't know what he said, but as far as I'm concerned, he said I was weak, and now I got to get busy on you.
I got to go crazy.
I got to get busy on you because you can't play. You got to now. Your kids gonna be mad at you because I'm about to have 6 touchdowns on y'all. But like that's something that I will never. And because Ray on the team, everything, man. It was
talking crazy in the locker room.
I'm still hot. Because now, we ain't had no locker room, so y'all like celebrating in the open. You know what I mean? Just acting crazy. You know how y'all act, man. I'm like, come on, man. And so the dude, the last drive, the dude I threw the ball to, his name's Antoine Callaway. And sorry, Antoine, I don't think I threw him the ball the rest of the year. Remember, because this 2-minute drive, I throw it to him on the sideline, he run back inside. Because in my eyes, we going to just drive down and win. It was close game, should be rival. He run back inside. We run out of time. I said, I can't lose like that.
Yeah.
And that's how we lost it. And I'm like, I got it, and it made me the next year. You weren't there. Yeah. I was also superhero, Superman, man. Crazy stuff.
I came back.
I said, ain't no way we losing this game. And we was kind of weak that year. Ain't no way we losing.
Our house too.
Yeah, we got at y'all crib, man. But
I had to come back for that game. I'm like, yeah, you.
So thank you, basically. Thank you. I appreciate you, dog, because I might not go get 48 if we don't lose y'all. I would have been real comfortable. You know what I mean? So
that's a fact. Small story to piggyback off that, man. I remember it was going into my senior year. Right, I'm in Northland. I'm waiting for the fusions to come out, the red and black fusions to come out.
Yeah.
It's a guy in line. He recognized me. He was like, you in, right? He recognized me, and then he was like, hey, you got some competition coming behind you. Yeah. He was like, you heard of Devin Gardner? I didn't. That was the first time I ever heard of your name. I'm like, Devin Gardner. Holy shit.
And you probably did it in the library. You got to go library do it. Library at the school.
Yeah, facts.
They had no internet or computer like that.
Definitely had to go to the library. But, man, when I seen you, I'm like, okay. It's some competition out here. It was special when I first seen it. I'm like, yeah, he real. Yeah. So when I seen that, Inkster, second game of the season, it's showtime. It's showtime. Man. So, yeah, that was crazy. But let's get to it. Who is Devin Gardner?
Man, so growing up, obviously, you grew up in the projects, all those different things like that, and you always, looking to find out who you are. Because for so long, we always, I'm a football player. That's who I am. It's what I am, you know what I mean? And so I didn't really start to find out exactly who I was until I got to college, right? Because in that time, I've been the man for so long, you get to college and it's just like, you ain't the man. You got Denard Robinson here, Tay Forsey, all these different things. And so I started to search and find who I am. And a lot of people know I went to grad school for social work, and that's how I really found out, I'm a servant. Right, that's it. That's in a nutshell. Right? Obviously, you can go deeper in a lot of different things, but I'm a servant to others, right? And specifically for me, serving the youth, people, just so they can miss the landmines that I avoided some of them, but there are some things that I could have done better, and so that's my whole life mission at this point, right? Now, obviously, I have a job doing things and making money and all that, but that's just to subsidize so that I can be here for the kids at the drop of a hat, Right. So Devin Gardner is a servant at first, and everything else kind of follows and falls into place, but that's where it starts.
That's fire. That's fire. So growing up in Detroit, did you feel like it was a need to succeed? Or it was just, because the conversation me and Ray had, right, and speaking about football too, right, we were just saying it was just fun to us. It wasn't we need to go make it to the NFL. Yeah. Did you feel that need was I must get there? Well,
so for me, it was just it was more of an arrogant thing of I'm just that's the natural progression because I'm nice. It was all about I'm nice. I was real selfish as a kid. Even going into college, a part of my selfishness is I think what held me back a little bit. And even though, I set all these records, did all this stuff, I think it could have been way more, but it was a selfish work mentality of I'm gonna get mine and everybody else is gonna get theirs. But that's not serving leadership. That's not being a leader. You know what I mean? If you don't bring people along. And so I kind of impart that into the kids I work with now. But I would say it was just the arrogance of this is what's just gonna happen. I'm gonna be nice in Little League. I'm gonna be nice in high school. And then I'm going straight to the league. When I was a kid, I'm straight to the league. I didn't even really think about college for real. And then obviously as you get older, you figure out that's not an option. You can't just go straight to the league. That ain't how it works. Yeah. And you're definitely not nice enough to do that anyway. Right. But yeah, but it was always I gotta find a way to not be poor. And so football was my gift. It was I got charisma, stuff like that, And it's just how can I find a way? And at 10 years old, I decided I'm going to be a pro at everything I do. 10 years old. I remember it was yesterday. I remember getting in trouble in class. Miss Diane Murray, one of my favorite teachers ever. I remember it was yesterday. And I'm sitting in class, and I'm supposed to be doing my work, and I'm practicing my signature in a notebook over and over and over again. It's going to happen. And I felt I don't remember the exact date, but I can see myself sitting there at 10 years old making a choice. And from then on, I made the choice, and obviously, you don't have a whole bunch of friends and all that because of it, because everybody got their different lane. But I was super ultra focused at a young age for the most part.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because I was the same way, just practicing my signature. Goddamn, this shit right here. Yeah. So, again, me and Ray talked about this. The Detroit culture of football. Is it different than any other city when it comes to that football? Because Let me say this too, because I got a few friends that's fathers that got, little leagues, and they take it so the parents do, right?
Yeah.
So do you feel like the Detroit culture is a little different than any other?
I thought that like, cause from Detroit, you think it ain't nothing like us, you know. But when Friday Night Tights came out, and when I got a chance to meet like Denard and other people that played in Florida and played in their little leagues, it's all the same. If it's inner city, it's pretty much all the same in my opinion. Like they take it so serious, like we do. Like I thought it was nobody that would be on the side betting on games, buying kids this and ever, so they team can be better. All this wagering, crazy money. But like down south, same. Texas, wherever you want to go, if it's an inner city, it's pretty much the same. Now, because I'm biased and I'm from Detroit and I lived it, I think ours is the best in every way, right? It's the best in every way as far as we bet more, they probably cheat more, we cheat more, like whatever it is, we just better at it. But I will say, being around the country and seeing different little leagues and talking to different people and all my teammates at Michigan, how they describe their experience. It's like they describing my experience, but they don't know my experience. I haven't told them. Right. So that just tells me, okay, I ain't the only one trying to be the only one. You know what I mean? It's not like that. But yeah, if it's an inner city, man, for the most part, it's pretty similar.
Yeah, that's a fact. So let's fast forward just a little bit. Michigan, right? Well, let's start at Inkster right now. Inkster, did you, coming from UAD, did you rebrand yourself going to Inkster? Or did you keep that same identity that you had with UAD? Because I know you had a little.
At UAD, I was drowning, man.
Yeah,
I was drowning because I'm coming from living in the projects. Then we moved to the project, moved to the east side, and so I'm as much as I felt buttoned up to all of my peers, to them, I'm just another hood nigga, basically, and I'm just I'm getting detentions for stupid stuff. I'm failing on my classes. Like what a lot of people don't know, man. Because obviously I graduated with high honors as far as academically and all that. But I had a 1.33 after the first semester of my sophomore year. At UAD. Yeah. My cumulative GPA, to go to college was a 1.33.
Shit.
And it's just I was miserable. We was weak in football for real. I was getting busy. I was doing what I was doing. But, it don't nobody care if you're not winning. So, I'm getting busy, but we weak, so nobody cares. So now I'm looking across the way, and it's Rob Bowden, and y'all in a position where y'all winning games. Rob Bowden went to state championship, so I'm and that he think he better than me. Yeah. And at this point, can I argue it? You know what I mean? So I eventually I got kicked out, asked to leave, left, however you want to frame it, and went to Inkster, and so. The first conversation I had changed my life with Coach Carter. And he made sure, listen, you come here, you're not getting B's, right? Because I got a lot of stuff to make up anyway. But moving forward, there will be no B, A's and just the kind of person I was. I was a tyrant as a kid, right? To my own friends, everybody. I was I just used to pick with people, and it's you got to find your groove of it's cool, that's your personality or whatever, but you can't. You got to know who can take it, right? You got to know whatever, because the thing is, for me, I was relentless because I got hands too, so I'm not worried about you. You know what I mean? At a point, if you really want to come back, I'm gonna make you fight me now. You know what I mean? So, and that attitude, just you can't be successful like that, because you got to work as a team. And now I'm the quarterback, right? You can't be antagonizing people. You know what I mean? So, that conversation changed the way I framed how I went about my life. And so I would say, I definitely had to rebrand myself. Still the same dude, but, just understanding, more calculated, understanding when can I be myself. And because of that, everybody don't get to know me. And I take pride in that.
That's a fact. My boy Zeke right here, we hoop together.
Yeah.
So he wanted me to bring this up, your hoop skills.
So I was nice. I was
so
straight.
do you feel like you could have played at Michigan?
No, well... So if I would have played in Michigan, I wouldn't have been able to have a role that I would have wanted to have. So no, because I'm not now I do hustle. I play defense, all that. I can shoot. I want the green light, and I ain't getting the green light on that level. It's just not gonna happen. But if I was cool with just being a hustle player and a guy that can, you know what I mean, just scrappy and that's it. I would have been able to, but no chance. My person, come on, man. It ain't happening. That can't be my role. That just can't be my role.
Yeah.
Like, even like when I went to play receiver at Michigan, me and Denard had a conversation. I need to rock. I'm not out here just running around. You know what I mean? If I'm going to do it, because it was people think they moved me. It was my choice because, we'll get into it when we do.
We got it.
But yeah, like, I'm like, nah, this ain't, no. Because we wasn't a super throwing team anyway because he was just so electric as a runner. But I'm like, listen, if I'm going out here, I need that rock. And whenever we do throw, I need the ball. You know what I mean?
I need it.
And he fed me that rock. So
That's a fact.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have been able to be what I wanted to be at Michigan, but in high school I was straight. I was nice.
Yeah,
hey, them HP games was crazy. Them HP games and basketball was even liver than football, for real.
You don't remember me glassing you about 3 times?
See how you do? See how you do? See how you do?
Yeah, you know he gonna remember his prime time.
Whoa, man.
He gonna remember his prime time.
All games was so lit with y'all.
Yeah, it was good. Shoot, the one game at HP got shot up. We had to go.
I was about to say that.
We was I'm waiting for the rebound. Everybody running. I'm like, we all going. Everybody gone. I'm like,
out.
I should probably go too. You know what I mean? So we ended up finishing the game or whatever. But man, I do miss that HP, that rivalry, HP Inkster. Obviously both schools don't even exist anymore for the most. I mean, I don't know. HP, do they got like a sub school? Yeah. Both schools don't exist, which is crazy that you just eliminate 2 schools of 2 cities. But whatever. I mean,
what was the last year? It wasn't Yola. It wasn't.
Nah, it was like 2 years after me.
2 years.
2 or 3 years after me. Yeah.
That's how it was. And then a player like you, like how they just let it, die down after that. It's supposed to have been.
Yeah, man.
Next.
Part of it is my fault. I got to be honest. Like, I didn't bring people along. Like I talked about previously. Like, I just wasn't a dude that like. It was always not as much as my personality was changing. I was reframing who I was and making sure I ain't pickle people. By doing that, I like parted myself because I don't know who I can trust. I don't know, you know what I mean? And so now I'm going and I'm getting work done and I'm doing it by myself with no help from nobody, right? I'm setting up, I remember in Michigan, I used to go in, set up tires, throw, whatever, do whatever I'm gonna do at Inkster. And people I don't even think Carter know this. My goddad, Ali Mitchell, he used to be the like security guard and like work at the school. So I remember I went to the Elite 11 as a ball boy, not as a competitor. They invited like 3 underclassmen to come and just take in the experience. You had to fill up Gatorade coolers, stuff like that. Yeah. And so when I went, I had lived in this bubble in Detroit of like, I've been nice since I strapped it on. Like, it wasn't like no time I wasn't really good. And I was at least considered the best by most people, you know what I mean? Yeah, even though there were, other opinions, right? You, Rob, all these things. But for the most part, it's like I'm one of them, Yeah. And so when you live like that, you a shark in a small pond, and it's just like you think you the smoothest, coldest thing since sliced bread, and it's just not the case. So when I went to California for the Elite 11 as a ball boy, I realized like I'm so far from even being close to what I wanted, what I think I am. You know what I mean? And I don't have no quarterback coach. Like, these dudes got quarterback coaches, all kind of crazy stuff, and I'm like, I don't have that, right? So everything I learned, I just took a mental note of it, wrote some stuff down. I was meeting with Bob Johnson, was the leader of it at the time. We till 4 a.m. every single night. I'm killing him. We watching film because I gotta figure out everything I need to know. Because to this point in my life, to that point, I'm just off. I'm nice. Yeah. I don't know what defense is. I don't know nothing. I'm just nice, and that's why I'm performing well. Period. My attitude is that I'm good at football. What? Like, I don't know nothing. Like, you know what I mean? And so when I get there, and it's like you find out it ain't just about you throwing. Even though you need to get better at that. It ain't just about footwork, even though you need to get better at that. The mental part, I was just completely ignoring because I didn't know. You were ignorant to it, So everything I learned, I brought it back. And my goddad would take me to Inkster 5 a.m. every single morning. And at this time, I'm living on the east side. So it's quite a trek, trying to get there, you feel me? Yeah. And every morning, and I can't thank him enough, every morning he'd go and he'd catch for me. And I just do everything that I learned. And at that time, I wasn't really getting no girls for real. So I was getting all musty. We ain't had no showers. So I ain't bring no extra deodorant. It's crazy. I know people's probably looking crazy. Like, man, why you smell like that? What's going on? Every other day, And but that was my life. That was my life. After that Elite 11 experience, that was my life until I graduated. And that time is like in obscurity when nobody's watching. Like, that's when I really took them high leaps to get to where I wanted to be.
That's hard. That's crazy. So Michigan, man, touching on. I'm a huge. Don't let the green confuse you.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Michigan fan.
Yeah.
So when I seen you go there, I'm like, yeah, this is about to be a ride right here. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
So I was excited. Don't think that we was, playing.
No, it wasn't. Literally, I'm the only one that hated everybody, and y'all ain't even know. Like I create, like even now, like we grown and Rob grown.
Yeah.
And I still kind of look at him a little kind of way, like I don't know, man. You thought you was better than me. I don't know how I feel about that. Obviously, we let it's all good, but it's just how I was, and even still to this day, I can't like say the names, but like even in media, it's like he think he better than me, right? And that's what's preparing me, because even the kids I work with, like, man, you was just doing high school games. Yeah, I got an attitude about what I do and how I perform, and I made a decision at 10 years old, I'm gonna be a professional in everything, whether it's quarterback training, football, not basketball, of course, but I did NBA games, so that's my part. That's my way to be a professional as a basketball player, and then in media. So I take everything serious, and I feel like I will be doing myself and the people that I'm trying to impart wisdom into a disservice if I don't become a professional in every single thing.
Yeah, that's a fact. So being at Michigan, what made you decide to wear 98?
So it's kind of a funny story. So they had the legacy jerseys, right? The retired jerseys they would bring back out, and 98 was the last one and the most prestigious, most important one, because Tom Harmon, our first Heisman Trophy winner, wore it. And his story crazy, where he obviously won the Heisman Trophy. One game at Ohio State in the shoe, he got a standing ovation because he was so nice, right? He was the punter. He averaged like 50 yards a punt, touchdowns, all kind of crazy stuff, and got a standing ovation at Ohio State wearing a Michigan wing. Yes, bro.
Oh,
incredible.
My God.
And then he fought in the war. He flew fighter jets, crashed the fighter jet, and he walked away, and everybody else died. Now, obviously, that's sad, but just that kind of toughness of like, I crashed, but you know what I mean? Yeah. So his family is Mark Harmon. So a lot of people know NCIS. Now, I didn't know NCIS, but it's a show. It's actually a super popular show. Everybody love it. And
that's a little
with Gibbs.
Cop show and shit,
Yep.
Right?
So Gibbs, the star of the show, Mark Harmon, he is his son, and he actually played football at UCLA. Was a quarterback there, but they asked me to wear it because they thought like I embody all those things that I kind of just described. And so when they first came to me, I was so against it, dog. And this is, as to take a pause, this is why you need wisdom from other people, because you don't always know what's best for you a lot of times. You know what I mean? So I was against it. I'm like, nah, man, because I'm from the city. Come on, man. I'm not wearing no 98 at Q. Come on, man. These are the numbers we avoid our whole life. You know what I mean? So yeah, like, come on, man. I said because I'm still in that mode of like, everything I take it as disrespect, and it's a way to propel me, and it's not a great way to live, but you got to have some of that. And I'm like, why are they trying to disrespect me like this? You know what I mean? Not even realizing how great of an honor it is and all that. So I called Dinar. He the first person I called. I'm like, listen, man, you won't believe, and in so many words, I'm talking crazy. I'm like, and he like, wear it. He let me get it out, and he like, wear it. I'm like, what you mean? Like, he like, listen, they will never forget you. And I'm like, all right. And then I wear it. I get busy against Notre Dame. And the rest is history.
The rest is history. Mm-hmm. I really want to pull up this play. Like we mentioned it earlier, but hey, Zeke, can you hit that right quick?
Oh, I wonder what it's gonna be. I don't even know.
No, I want to know.
I hope it ain't nothing from Inkster Highland Park.
No, this is Michigan. It's Michigan.
Gardner, right side. It's intercepted. Ohio State intercepts it.
So
what was that? What was that?
So
what was that? I think it was like cover 2.
Got me looking crazy, laying on thing. So listen. So first of all, you gotta think about the state of mind I'm in at that point, right? So the first drive of the second half, I broke my foot. Yeah, right, so I'm running Q draw.
Yeah,
I'm getting busy, and then Ryan Shazier jumped on the back of my foot and it got stuck in the ground. Right. So now I didn't broke right at my toe, at my big toe. So my toe feel like it's gone. All the ligaments in my foot, they gone, and so I was in so much pain, and I ain't take no medicine, nothing. I ain't go get shot up, none of that. I was in so much pain. I don't know how I even finished the game. I threw for like 233 after that. I ran for a first down somehow, And so even before that play, we ran Q power to get a first down. Right before we got to 2-point conversion, right? We ran Q power to get a first down. Then I threw a fade to Devin Funches to get it within one.
Yep.
And we line up to run the play, and right now it's frustrating because we got Devin Funches, who was getting busy that game, and we got Jeremy Gallen, who broke all Braylon Edwards records, right? And we designed a play for Drew Dilio, who you have no idea who it is.
No.
Most people that see this ain't gonna know. I am baffled right now. As a sane, unbroken foot person, I am baffled right now. And I'm trying to be cool, right? Okay, so we go out, but in my mind, I'm just whatever the coach say, I'm gonna do it. I'm not thinking, like I don't have no perspective. I'm not thinking right. You know what I mean? And so, cause like I'm in so much pain. Like it ain't going no way. Like the adrenaline ain't helping nothing. And so we line up to run the play, and honestly, maybe it might have worked, right? He motioned out, whatever. You got 2 decoys of dudes that will get the rock, and then he was supposed to set up and I throw it to him, right? They call timeout. So at this point, if I don't got a broken foot, I would suggest we should do something else, kick a field goal, whatever it's gonna be. I didn't find out until this year that they knew exactly what play we was gonna run because we had run it a while ago or something like that. Yes, they knew exactly what play we was gonna run, and that's why they was all over it like that. Then you add in the fact that a future number 1 overall pick or whatever Bosa went, you don't block him. So I come, like the ball snap, I see that they got it covered.
Yeah.
I don't got this no more. I don't got no movement, right? And then you let the best player on their team free. And I'm like, well, I got to throw it. I can't hold the ball. You know what I mean? That would be crazy. And I throw it, and luckily for me, picks don't register if it's on 2-point conversion. Whether he picked it or not, it don't go on my stats.
It don't go on your stats at all.
So I'm 70% completion, no turnovers, 5-6 touchdowns, whatever it was, in a loss, obviously. But
to the number 3 team that was in the country.
And they was nice too, boy.
It was nice.
Every time I would go to the sideline and then Braxton go out, I'm like, this dude is gold.
Yeah.
But seeing it up close is crazy. Bro, he crazy.
Oh.
And because you always think I'm the nicest of everybody, of anybody.
And whoever in here.
And it's just like when you see somebody that's nice and you respect it. It's
you gotta respect it.
He nice, man. I ain't gonna say he better than me, but he nice though. He definitely nice. I can tell you that. I can't handle it. And so we was duking it out back and forth. Right, that 2-minute drive was legendary, but all for naught because we lost the game.
Yeah. So was it pressure being a Michigan quarterback?
Yeah, because it's not a whole bunch of black quarterbacks, obviously. I was a high recruit. You remember I was,
number 1 in the country.
Number 1 dual threat in the country, all that, right? And Michigan was on a downtime at that time, right? So it's almost like you coming to save us type of thing. So, but I never really thought of it as like pressure because in my head, I'm nice. I've been nice. This is just another level of progression of where I was already going. Everything I felt was like a matter of fact. Like, yeah, of course I'm gonna break records. Of course I'm gonna do this. Of course, you know what I mean? So it didn't bother me, the pressure of it, you know what I mean? But I know that it was pressure. But like I said, at 10 years old, I decided. And so even in high school, being focused and everything, it just kind of carried over into college.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did going undrafted bother you?
Absolutely. I'm crazy. I'm like,
you're talking about I'm crazy.
But this is the first time I'm ever gonna say this. I've said this. I've explained this to the kids, and just trying to let them know why I'm so hard on them, why I'm so intent on them believing in themselves. Because, especially the ones that's nice athletes, because they always gonna try to deter you to do something else, right? And so, people don't know. I had torn ligaments in my throwing arm my whole senior year, right? So I couldn't. Like some days I feel good, some days I wouldn't. Some days I feel like my arm falling off, and I would have to get it wrapped up basically like a cast, right? So I'm out there, and it's so crazy because I got like pictures where the one sleeve. When I start wearing the one sleeve, everybody was mad because they wouldn't let us wear one sleeve, but I had to because I had that cast underneath basically, and they ain't want nobody to see it, right? Oh. And so that's how we start being able to wear one sleeve. Like we can't just let him do it. And I'm like, man, if I do it, I need the black. I need the black sleeve, and so I start wearing black accents and everything to hide it. But it was all they would say is, yeah, just stem, you're fine. It ain't nothing wrong. They did x-rays, oh, it's all good. Which obviously was not the case, right? And so my foot still hadn't healed for real. like all the way through my senior year, right? So, because you got to think about it, when you're in college, you just going. You never rest, right? So even if it's supposed to heal naturally, it will never heal because you always going. You don't ever get a break, right? So my arm, my foot, I'm beat to hell. I ain't got nothing left for real. And so when I'm coming out, I got Tom Brady's agent, same agent. And he just was like having a conversation with me, and I can't really fault him, but he was saying, listen, you'll be able to get to the money faster as a receiver. And at this point, I'm not gonna be poor. Like I said, I'm just trying not to be poor, right? You know, I gotta have something, you know. And so I agree with it. And part of it was a disbelief in myself because of the experience that I had where I would look at myself on film and not recognize myself. But I didn't have a frame of mind to say, your arm falling off, you got a cast on, and you don't remember that? Your foot broke still for real, it ain't really healed. And you got the worst offensive line in the history of Michigan football. Right? I didn't have that confidence because like I got beat down so much, right? Playing against Michigan State. They didn't hit me 50,000. I got sacked like 9 times, something crazy. You know what I mean? It's just I got beat down so much physically that mentally that confident person just was kind of withering. It was still there, but it was kind of shaky. And it's just like, all right, he has my best interest at heart, right? So you go with this Tom Brady agent, right? You know, and I'm going to the Patriots, so I'm gonna have some favor. You know what I mean? All right. And let me be clear, I was nice at the wideout. I was getting busy on dudes who had practiced playing DB their whole life, and I literally played receiver in college for 6 games. Yeah. That's my receiver experience, and I was getting busy on them. So it's just like that's like the athlete I was. But then when I went to the Steelers, they said they wanted me to play both. Right? They wanted me to play both. And so by that time, I hadn't threw a football in the whole draft process, all the way through minicamp, all that. And so I'm so rested. Man, I was getting busy. Oh, that was the happiest I had been in a long time playing football. Just because it's like I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm throwing the AB showing love. I'm going out with him and his family because he like, oh, he next. Because like we didn't even know you threw. And then they didn't even know who I was. But when I start throwing, then we start having more conversations. They like, wait, you comes from it? And I'm like, yeah. Because like Tomlin will call me Big Blue, but nobody really know why. He's like, yeah, well, come on, Blue. Come on, Big Blue. Come on, Nade. Come on. And like he talking fast. Nobody really paying attention. It's a rookie, undrafted rookie at that. And so, that was some of the happiest times. And Tomlin told me, he like, listen, he sat me down in the lunchroom, not in his office where everybody is talking crazy loud. I said, come on, man. These people hearing this. He like, listen, we brought you here for a reason. We're gonna turn over every stone. No stone will go unturned. You're gonna play quarterback. You're gonna play receiver. You're gonna have to play some special teams. You're gonna do what you're gonna, and we're gonna see what you got. And I'm like, I appreciate that because you just quiet down some. Like, come on, quit telling everybody my business. Like, But yeah, that was the experience there. But so going undrafted was hurtful, but I did it to myself. Like, because if I would have stayed at quarterback, rested some, got the proper treatment, and been it, because I look at dudes all the time, like, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on now. This man can't hold it. You've seen what I did with bad teammates. Yeah. Imagine if, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, and it burns still sometimes, but now it come out sometimes on the kids like you don't understand why you got to be so confident. Because it ain't just about performing. Because I performed, I did all that. But now when we get in this scenario where you going to live your dream, you allow the opinion of somebody else. Whether, and he wasn't being negative because he want to get his money faster too. There's my agent, Hell yeah. And so that was tough for me because I ain't recognize myself, and having all that, like you said, having all that confidence since Pee Wee all the way up, right? Yeah. Would you say that was like a humbling moment for you? Oh, I had plenty of humbling moments. Ooh. My first workout in Michigan was a humbling moment. I had already had humbling moments, but this was the one that stole my confidence had kind of got, withered. And so the thing is, I was so confident as far as me physically as an athlete is like, okay, I'm just going to go play receiver and be the best receiver in the world. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it was like I almost put my dream, and it's just like when I was 10 years old, I wasn't writing my signature because I was going to be a great NFL receiver. That wasn't the deal. Like, you know what I mean? It was, I'm going to be the best quarterback in the world. Yeah. And so and somewhere along the way, I lost that, and that's problematic. You know what I mean? Because as much as I'm nice at receiver, my heart ain't in this. Because I'm looking at, I remember it was Landry Jones, like, bruh. he was so weak in practice. AB wouldn't practice with him. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I am so much better than this dude.
Yeah.
But they paying him, it start to get into that kind of stuff. But
it's a lot.
I always look myself in the mirror when things don't go exactly how I want, even though I believe that things happen for you rather than to you, right? When that thing doesn't happen exactly how I want it, I always look at myself like what I could have done better. And it's you chose to play receiver. Nobody made you do that.
Nobody made you do it at all.
And Stan Edwards was a good mentor of mine growing up, and he gave me a perfect plan to go about the quarterback thing. Yeah. He was gonna hook me up with Warren Moon, all this stuff.
Shit.
And I ain't listen. Cause I got an agent that's Tom Brady's agent. And that name and all that is kind of, I'm already kind of withering as far as, and so. Yeah, and I had to apologize to him. Like, man, I apologize, like, cause you had a plan for me, and I acted like you would just ain't know nothing, even though you got a son that went number 3 overall and won the Blitz. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you played in the league, and you got all the relationships, but you live and you learn. You live and you learn, and so now, like I talked about, I can give all those nuggets to people,
to the kids.
Even kids that I don't directly always work with, but kids that I see that are nice, that got a good head. It's like, listen. Don't let them get the claws in you, right? You gotta, you know what's best for the most part, and if you don't, right, you need to find the people that have your best interests at heart, and not the people that's here to take. So that's it happened for me, so that I can give to others.
Right, 100%. And with my interviews, it'll always be about the person, right? But I have to ask you, AB as a teammate. You see all the antics that he do on the internet, but him as a person, you've been around him personally, right? How was him as a teammate? Incredible.
One of the best teammates I've ever had.
Yeah.
And so you starting to see stuff come out about Ben and how he is a terrible teammate, all that stuff. And I wasn't there long, but for the time I was there, I'm just telling you,
I can
great teammate. And so my perspective is he lost it because he didn't know how to play the game of like, listen, you can't tell the truth about the $100 million quarterback. And they're going to choose him every single time, period. Don't matter.
That's big men all the time.
You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
And guess what? Even though we didn't have private conversations about how bad a teammate he is and all that, Pouncey, whatever who it is, I'm not stepping out there on my quarterback. I'm not.
No.
We not. We going to have these kind, and we know what the real is, but that's in-house business. We ain't going to put it out there. And he started to try to, like, it was killing him because he like, y'all know how he is. Yeah. Why y'all acting like it's me?
Yeah.
And then it just the flame just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then he lost control, right? And mental health's a real thing. Yeah. And when you are telling the truth and you know you're telling the truth and everybody around you know you're telling the truth, but they make you look crazy, well, how you gonna act? You know what I mean? How you gonna act? You gonna act crazy.
Crazy.
And so, my perspective, one of the best teammates I've ever had. I remember we would go. He'd take me in his Rolls Royce. We would go to Dave and Buster with his family, his kids, and everything. I'm playing with his kids. We like he treated me like a little brother. Yeah. And I'm in his room, right? I'm in his room taking reps, and he helping me. But when I'm in the quarterback room, there is no help, no assistance, no guide from the $100 million quarterback, right? And it's vastly different from Tom Brady, who does everything for his teammates. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. Like that whole situation, I'm obviously I'm from afar, and I even texted AB like, man, come on, man, like just because most people know, and eventually it's gonna come out. And so you seen Joey Porter like, hey Ben, come on, cuz chill. Come on, you the last person to talk. You know what I mean? And more people start to come out, because it's like, well, now you putting out the business. Well, we gonna tell the truth, so which could hurt him with the Hall of Fame, all that kind of stuff. So. Maybe he probably should have just been quiet about it.
Yeah, that's a fact. Being under the same roof as the GOAT, Tom Brady, right?
Yeah.
What leadership, like?
He the best. For me, it's LeBron James and him, best leader in sports history. Or Derek Jeter, obviously another great leader. But.
What did you steal from him?
The way he go about it, that's crazy you say steal, because that's something I live by.
Yeah.
Like nothing is original, right? I had the kids read a book called Steal Like an Artist. I would encourage anybody to read it. Yeah. And it is, because in our community, it's always, oh no, I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? Like, if you're doing something nice, obviously, I ain't gonna take it exactly, but I need to steal something. You're doing something right. You know what I mean?
Obviously.
Come on, man. But in our community, that's just how we move, But like that's something I try to dispel with the kids. Like, listen, nothing is original.
Yeah.
Everybody think they making stuff up. It's not. They got it from somewhere, and they ushered it in their way, right? And so it's people in the book like Kobe, like all the greatest people in that same book. It's quotes from them saying, "Listen, I didn't make this up.
At all.
I perfected it. I did. You know what I mean?" And so
turned it to a Kobe way.
Yeah. And so like Tom, as a teammate and as a leader, it's the best that I've seen directly with my own eyes. Where like little stuff of like when all the rookies come in, he learns everybody's name where he can have a conversation with you like he know you. And so you think about this, undrafted, drafted, first round, number 1 pick, whatever it is, he treating you like you his teammate, like he's known you. And you walking up and he walk up to you and introduce himself. It's crazy. Tom Brady, because when you see, I don't know if you ever seen him in person.
No.
He looked fake. Like
I can imagine.
Like it looked like it's like an aura behind him a little bit. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And so like, he introduced himself to everybody. He know everybody's name already, and it's crazy. And I remember being in workouts like OTAs or whatever. We doing like this. Wasn't nothing crazy. It was like a sprint test or whatever, like first 10 or whatever. And so everybody had a number they had to get, and obviously, as you know, Tom Brady is not a good athlete by any stretch of the imagination. He's actually a better athlete now than he was back when he was really playing,
Yeah.
And so we're doing it, and everybody get their number, and it's over. And when I tell you he can't get the number, and I never seen a person try so hard, like just giving it he at this point he the GOAT for the most part at this age, like 2015.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And he is fighting for his life to get this number that he will not get. Because he just ain't got it. You can throw that rock. You can read that defense. He just ain't no runner. You can't do it.
He's going to run and get it.
And going, and nobody can leave until he gets it. And we sitting there, everybody kind of kicking it, whatever. And he just fighting for his life, not worried about what people think about him or nothing. And that is a different kind of confidence. Eventually he got it. I still am of the thought he couldn't have got it because how you get it when you way more tired, I don't know how that worked. But whatever. Maybe they said he got it, whatever. Or maybe he found a way to get it.
Right.
And I'm just like, that's servant leadership. That ain't stand on a pedestal and tell everybody what to do and whatever. It's a different kind of leader that I desire to be, right? Where if I expect something of you, I'm giving it everything, whether I'm good at it or not. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of who he was as a leader, and that's a lot of kind of what the things I kind of took from him.
So after seeing that, like your preparation coming from like Inkster, Michigan, right, and then seeing that leadership, did your preparation like kind of change moving forward in life? Yeah.
So at that point, I'm moving towards the end, right? And I didn't know this, but I'm moving towards the end because I get hurt in our first game with the Steelers,
right? And
so it definitely did, because my next thing, obviously I played a little more. I played in Japan, all these different things, played in the CFL. But that ain't, I've done what I've said I was going to do, right? Obviously I wanted to be a little longer, but I've done what I said I was going to do. And now I'm going to have to transition. And when I transitioned to helping kids and whatever, I was a stickler for that, of being a great teammate. Like dang near first, right? All this throwing, all this run around. Right, I've had kids who've done punishment the whole workout because they're a bad teammate. And I'm talking about bad teammate to dudes that's not even your teammate. We just all working out. This ain't even real teammate. But if he working and suffering with you, right? Who else better to be like? That's your boy. It got to be your boy. Yeah. You're suffering together. Where your other friends aren't suffering with you. You know what I mean? So that was that's something that I lead with. And you can ask any kid. I do not play those games about being a bad teammate to anybody, to your brothers and sisters, to, you know what I mean, just being a solid human. Because after that, we can fix all the other stuff. Your technique, we can get that. But when you're a bad dude, you're just a bad dude, and it's hard. And unless you Deion Sanders got ability like Ben as a thrower, like unless you that level of like I'm talking about 0.3% of the world ever, you ain't gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like the you being a good teammate is gonna take you so much further. And this is outside of sports. Yeah. Because you gotta be a teammate in life. Right? This your team right here. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you ain't a good teammate, somebody ain't a good teammate, this don't work. You know what I mean? So that's something that's a life skill, life lesson that I always impart into the kids I work with, for sure.
100%.
They think I'm crazy, but like, why am I doing punishment? Because I didn't help nobody this week, right? So they gotta, like for me, it's like you gotta make sure you help somebody. It can't be your friend, It can't be a girl because, you know, I know you of course you're going to help her, right? It can't be, I mean, you should help these people, right? Your mom, your sisters. It need to be somebody you cannot benefit from.
Yeah. You gotta
right? Because that's real.
Yeah.
Right? I'm helping you. I'm not going to gain nothing from it.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're going to move from there. And if you don't, right, and I know if you're lying or making it up because I spring it on them, you know, it ain't every week I ask them. It's like, hey, I'm springing on you when you don't know. Yeah. And now you scrambling. It's like, oh, yeah, get on that hill. Go ahead and back crawl. Go ahead. Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
and they going to think about it when they're on that hill, too. Yeah. Like, damn, I should have just did a quick gesture.
Yeah, and at the time, it's them doing it because I told them they have to and they don't want to do punishment or whatever. But as you continue to do it, it becomes who you are.
There you go.
Right? And they don't even know it.
Yep.
Right, so now you're doing things for others and the world's a better place all because you pretended at the time because you were terrified of having to do punishment and me yelling at you about it. You know what I mean? And, and if that's the way to get to it, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Right, you can hate me for a little bit, but then you get older, you'll be fine.
Yeah, facts. Did the NIL come too late for players like you?
Come on, man. What are you doing, man?
I knew that.
You know what time it is, man. And honestly, it came right on time because I don't know who I would have been. All this wisdom and all this, nah, I don't know.
You would have had.
Come on, man. What you gonna tell me with $1 million in my pocket, man? Come on, man.
Man.
What was you gonna tell me with no money in my pocket? So I can't imagine $1 million. That's no. Yeah. I'm happy they're getting paid. I think it will alter a lot of people's future in a bad way. But it's also going to alter a lot of people's futures in a good way. And that's with anything. Yeah. Any change, anything, there's going to be a lot of good, going to be a lot of bad. So.
Why do you think it's going to be the bad way? Because the parents?
A lot of it is the parents. But a lot of it.
100% could be it's the parents. You got to think, the parents are the ones that got to sign it off.
Yeah.
They can't get
so
16, 15, 17. They can't give you that money in your name.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely get that money.
Yeah, you getting that money.
Oh, you get that money. Because you're 18 by the time. You're 18.
There you go.
Some be 18, some don't.
Yeah, but so the whole thing is it gives you a false sense of reality of like you get something for nothing. Because think about it. Because you got ranked high, you're going to give you money. You've done nothing.
Potential.
Right? Off of that, you don't get paid in no other arena off of potential. You know what I mean? And so we already know most people won't be pros in football. Right? So you make this money, you spend it, right? You spend it like you got it because it's always coming, but then it starts to slow down as you get close to the end, right? And once it stops, you got a frame of mind thinking, I am supposed to get, where's the money? Like this just happened for me. I didn't have to do nothing. I just was myself, right? And the attitudes you carry of like not caring for others and not really being attentive, like when you're meeting people and all that kind of stuff, is cool because they desire to meet you because you're the guy right now. But once you're not the guy, when the lights go off, now you actually got, and you don't got those skills. Yeah. And you ain't got no money. Right? You might have a little bit left, but guess what? You didn't put up a facade that you got so much money. So now everybody expecting you to be that. And because you don't want to not be that, now you're spending all your money, but ain't nothing coming in. And we know what happened then, you know. So I think it's tough. And you know, everybody talk about football and the mental health of it and CTE and all that. Oh, it's a violent sport, all this. And that's why. I've never believed that. And I've never even said this publicly, but I do not believe that it's about how much you're hitting other people. Because I then got hit so many times. I done ran into people, all this, whatever. And the thing is like, imagine the mental toll it takes on you to have nothing, get it all, and in 3 years, 4 years, however long, your life got to change in an instant because you don't got it no more. Not to mention you on drugs, right? Whatever your drug of choice is, you drinking, and when that happens, you drink more, right? And so your state of mind is always, you never know what your state of mind is. You know what I mean? And so people committing suicide, people, you know, beating up their girlfriend, you know, doing all these different things. Like it ain't because they getting hit in football. Football been being played forever. But when you had it, when you didn't have it, you got it, and you don't got it no more.
That's what
totally different. That is demoralizing. That's demoralizing to not have it no more, especially when you don't know who you are. And some people are so talented they never have to figure out who they are. They never have to because they're just so good. But when you get to that level, that top, them dudes cold.
That's so cold. Fact.
They so cold. And whatever you thought you was, you not that.
You're not nowhere near that.
And if you is that, they that too.
Yeah, and more.
And more. You know, so I think that the mental health side of it, I feel bad that kids are having to deal with that so early, getting money and all that. But I also don't feel bad because they're getting money and all that. You know what I mean? So it'll be some good, it'll be some bad, but you know, it's just how it is with everything. Like, 100%. So I mean, when people, you know, want to present a war on stuff, it's like, dude, some of it's gonna be good and some of it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, 100%. Is it easier for kids nowadays to get? I mean, obviously it is with social media to get seen and stuff like that, but
yeah,
I would say like how we call it is.
Yeah, you had to make your own highlight tape. I had to make my own highlight tape.
There we go.
And I ain't talking about huddle, pull the clip. It's put the DVD in, put the tape over here, record, try to line it up, you know, all that kind of stuff.
100%.
And in the later years, some kind of computer thing, I ain't never learned how to do that. Like, yeah, it's way easier now.
Yeah, way.
If you nice, you gonna be all right.
Yeah, that's a fact. I just feel like that with the kids today, it's easier to get broadcasted, right? Yeah. You know, when people through social media, like, is that easier for college to go through social media and find students that way? Or is they looking for even a t-shirt and shorts, like going to camps and doing stuff like that?
So, you know, part of it is you getting exposure, but part of it is you getting exposed, right? One thing I believe, you never get a second chance at a first impression. So you putting stuff on the internet or people putting stuff on the internet of you, and coaches be on the internet, don't worry, like for sure. Like I meet with these coaches every single week, and I remember James Franklin. I remember he came to a Southfield game, and I went, and we talking on the side, like, oh, what up? Because I ain't never met him in person. He like, yeah, man, I love what you doing, man. I'm like, what you mean? He said, I be seeing your videos. We watching them in the staff meeting when y'all be on the hill. I said, what? So, because, you know, you can't go through and look at who looking at your stuff. But,
right.
yeah, he like, yeah, we be watching your stories all the time. Like, watching your stories and your videos of working out on the hill, all that. And it's just like, this the head coach at Penn State. And a great head coach. I don't know how they just got rid of him. They crazy. But they did get a good coach after him, but whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and it's just like, okay, they're seeing that. And it's exposure. But some people are getting exposed of like, oh, nah, he ain't what I thought he was. You know what I mean? And so that's a tough balance. And you know, everybody think this ain't Kanye West and like popular pop culture, and that this ain't every positive or negative is good. That ain't how it work in football and stuff like that, where you have to have a skill. Positive is good, negative is not good. Period. It's just
they
not.
Don't want to see negative.
And if the first thing they see is negative, you never really get a chance to make up for that. And it's difficult. It's so difficult because now they just move on, shift focus, and go to another kid or whatever the case may be. So I think the most important thing for young kids right now is obscurity. Getting a chance to live in that place where nobody's watching. So you can make all your mistakes. You can be nice. You can get embarrassed. You can do whatever. And then when you finally get to that point of like people are watching, you've been through that time of disappointment and all these different things. So now you're super nice, right? And now when everybody's watching, it's like, oh yeah, he cold-blooded.
He really cold.
Like a perfect example right now is Dakota Grant, right? He the top dude right now. He the poster child for the elite. I mean not elite 11, but the NIL and all that.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him at 10 years old, and I thought he was the most incredible, like little 10-year-old, like his movement patterns and different things like that around. And so getting a chance to watch him up to this point. Yeah, in the city for the most part, people knew about him. But like outside, he was technically living in obscurity, getting a chance to really develop, get better, put on a little weight, lose some weight, right? Feel good about himself, maybe don't feel so good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so now he's on this grand stage and he one hand catches, doing all this crazy stuff, and it's just like, well, yeah, because he's had that time in obscurity where he's got to just learn, develop without the pressure of I gotta go viral, I gotta get a scholarship, I gotta do this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he gonna be successful because of it. I mean, he's had success already, and he ain't even scratched the surface, really, you know. And it's so impressive to see. But then you see that example. People that are watching him at this point can't see that obscurity stage, and so they think I gotta go viral, I gotta do this. So now you got kids going and trying to catch one-hand catches that they could have caught with two, dropping the ball for a touchdown. And it's like, wait, so it's more important for you to go viral
to do that
when you could have got it with two and not. And then you can do your celebration and everything, but it's still a touchdown. Right. But it ain't as amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
And so now, what if that's the first time a coach saw you? because you on his tape too, the kid that you just guarding you.
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh, this kid he trying to catch one hand. He don't know what he doing. And so now he ain't gonna you'll never know if that happened. But why don't people get opportunities? It's a sequence of events that have to happen for you to not get opportunities if you are a pretty good player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I just think that's the hard part. But if you got good family, good people around you to tell you the truth of like you've done nothing, you really are nothing, right? And you have so much more work to do. It should put a fire inside of you, like it put a fire inside of me to be able to go on and do all the things you want to do.
100%. I think in life, people have whys, like why you do what you do, like at certain points in in their life. What's your why right now in 2026?
Well, so for me, I'm not a super, and this sounds crazy, I'm not a big goal guy, right? Because in my head, anything that I want, first of all, is going to come already. And it's already mine, right? I just got to be prepared when it comes, right? It's this quote I posted on the internet the other day, and it said, when God give you the ball.
You better go ball.
That's it, because you don't get a whole bunch of second chances, right? And so my why right now is to be the perfect example, maybe not perfect, but a really good example of it can be done, because it was an example for me, Brandon Graham, right? A lot of the reason why I became what I became, obviously, it's the mentality, all these different things all smushed into one. But watching how he went about it, how he continues to, I mean, he played last year. He's still playing football.
Came out of retirement.
I couldn't imagine getting tackled or running into somebody right now.
Oh my God.
But like being able to see somebody, because I lived on Van Dyke and Harper on the east side, and Crockett was down Marcus. And so like he right down the street doing what he doing, and I'm just like looking like, oh, if he can do that, I can do that. And it's so funny. One night, because we cool, we friends now.
Yeah.
But at that point, I'm just watching from afar, and I remember Diane Murray, back to my 5th grade teacher, when I'm practicing my senior year, she recognized that and said, listen, if you don't change how you act, you ain't gonna be none of this. If you don't do your grade, all that, you don't have a chance. She gave me an article, and it was saying like he the #1 player in the state, top 5 player in the country, #1 linebacker, and I had that on my light switch in my crib until I went to college. So it took me a long time to tell him that, because we cool. You can't be just telling people that. I had to wait until it was like, hey man, I just gotta tell you this, man. I've been keeping it in, But had him on my light switch every single day, and he was a big motivator. Without him even ever having a conversation with me or me ever even meeting him, he was a big motivator. Because I could see it. It's tangible. Because if you can't see it, like that's why blight is so important. Like when it's blight, you can't see nothing. You can't do nothing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Now, some people are gifted and special where they don't need to see it. They can still get it done. Even, for me, I'm arrogant enough to think I would be that kind of person, but that's not how it happened for me. Like, I saw somebody doing it, which made me believe with 100% certainty that I can do the same thing, if not better, So I just want to be that for somebody, and, I'm doing the best I can every single time. But, that's the goal. That's my why. When some little kid, some little ashy kid, nappy hair, ain't getting no girls, right, and leaning on this ball that changed my life, he can look at me and look at my experiences. Maybe he gonna watch this podcast and say, "Oh, he lived on these. He lived in the projects. He boiled water for a hot bath. Like he lived that life, this what he do for him. What? Come on, man. So if I can do that, right, even without directly talking to people, but obviously I have kids that I work with that know a lot of the stories and all that. But if I can be that for somebody like Brandon Graham was for me, I'll be satisfied.
Oh, 100%. Now, like you said, you do work for Bally, Fox Sports right now. How did media even come about?
It's kind of a crazy story because, once I was done playing, the reason I stopped playing is because I met Dante Moore, Alon Mitchell. I had already known Alon Mitchell, but he was a player as well. He's in college at Army right now. Obviously, Dante Moore is at Oregon. And then DeQuan Finn came a little later. And so I was working out at the Cave with Chris Huff, and I was still playing. I'm still in peak physical condition, you know what I mean? And I'm seeing these kids, and I'm just looking like they need me because I'm going to tell them the truth. I'm going to be hard on them. I'm going to give them everything that I didn't have, right? And so I was working with them, but then I would have to go off and play. And I was playing in Japan at this time, making real good money, not having to spend no money, not having to really pay no taxes on no money. Ooh. Oh, I ain't gonna lie, I missed that. But I had already known who I was, and like I'm a servant, right? And so I can't really serve them the way I want to. I would come back, and they would regress a ton because they're just not around me, right? They're around a bunch of dudes that's either kissing their butt or just telling them they ain't nothing with no way to become something, right? You just telling somebody they ain't nothing, but giving them no structure and path to do it. You know what I mean? Like that's demoralizing, especially when you're an older person saying it to them. And so I started working with them, and I felt so fulfilled and satisfied, you know what I mean? And so then I tell my agent, like, hey, man, I got to come back to the States. I got to be closer, just because it's 15 hours. I can't keep going back and forth, even though I was doing it a decent amount. And I played in Saskatchewan. Hated Canadian football. Hated it. It's not our ball. It's just not.
At all.
Can't
How's
do
Japan
it.
football?
Oh, it's regular American football.
Okay.
Right, so yeah, it was fun. It was one of the most fun, some of the most fun I had. But, and I was teaching football, right, and it was helping me to do what I am doing today, right? Where I'm relaying messages to kids who don't even really speak English, you know what I mean? And so being able to, expand my vocabulary, dumb my vocabulary down some, just different things like that. Because they learn English like we learn Spanish, right? We know it, but we don't know it for real. Right? We know if somebody speaking Spanish to us, but we don't really, we can do them commands and whatever back and forth. But so I decided I was just going to help these kids and work with them. And that's how I stopped playing football, right? But so I got money saved up, good amount of money, and I ain't got no job. I'm just helping these kids out for free, doing my thing. We going out to dinner. I'm taking care of them. Like I'm spending all my time with them and everything.
That's fire.
And I'm so fulfilled. Like I'm not even thinking.
Yeah.
You need a job, nigga.
This money gonna run out.
When is the money gonna run out? Right, so the money is running out. I don't even want to get into because I might have to write a book one day about how much the money ran out. I want to get into that, but I was just living my life like it wasn't running out. You know what I mean? Which very irresponsible. Yeah. Don't do that. Nobody. I don't advise you to do that. But like you said, I was doing it for the love. I was just doing it. And so one day, I'll never forget it. This guy named Jeff Bile called my phone. I don't know how he got my number. Really don't care. I'm so thankful whoever because I don't really like people getting my number out. But this time, thank God.
Thank God.
He called me like, hey, you want to do a couple things on TV with the prep kickoff class? Remember, a lot of people played in it. Yeah. And then like, yeah, you want to do some stuff with that or whatever? Like, we'll pay you this. And that bank account is looking that. And so I'm like, yeah, but I gotta play it cool. I said, I'll let you know, man. I'm gonna call you back and let you know. And get off the phone. I'm like, oh, thank God. At least I can breathe one more day. I can breathe one more day because the money's running out. Calling back in a day, next day, like, yeah, man, I love to do that, whatever, right? Go. And so like I always talk about, like, rewind. In college, I knew this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do media, but my freshman year, a prerequisite communications class, interfered with practice. Okay. So I had to get out of it, right? Because I'm competing to play, right? I'm me and Denard competing fiercely. Like, we trying to kill each other, about to be the quarterback at Michigan, And so then I thought there was a dream deferred, right? What happens to a dream in the sun? Does it drive like, you know what I mean? I thought it was over. And so as I got through, I was still intentional about it might happen for me though. I ain't gonna be able to take the classes because I thought you had to, right? I didn't know. And so moving forward, get to my junior, senior year, I'm in grad school, and I can't do media with the rest of the players during the week because of my class schedule. So then I started having my own personal press conferences with everybody, all the media and just me, right? And so I'm using that as a way to get reps in front of the camera because it's different, man. You're doing it now. It's a little different. I use it as a way to get reps. And so I always thought, like, man, I'm just going to be prepared if it were to come. I don't know when, but it's going to come because it's already mine, like I spoke about before. And so I do it. I do the little high school thing, and that's how everybody used to play me. Like, oh yeah, you doing a little high school stuff, right? You doing a little high school stuff. I'm like, all right, bet. But guess what? I'm treating it like it's a Super Bowl. I'm treating it like it's the biggest game in the history of football when only probably 12 people watching. I don't care about that, right? And so I do the one day at the prep kickoff. It was kind of like studio stuff. Did that, interviews after the game, and I thought I killed it. I thought I did incredible, right? But I had learned, going to trial for NFL teams, all that kind of stuff, that kind of disappointment. You don't worry about what other people think. right? So, you know, he called me. He like, yeah, man, you did really great work. And I'm just taking it with a grain of salt, like, all right, cuz I ain't trying to hear all that.
Yeah.
Thank you, but you know, I don't need you to tell me that.
Right.
I did great, you know. And so then he called me back a few weeks later. You know, maybe the timeline's a little off, but a few weeks later, and he like, hey, man, we want you to do this in the fall. We want you to do 4 state championship games and all this, right? And so I'm just like, bet, because I'm broke. I need some money, man. I am starving, but I'm still going out to eat, though. I'm still going out to eat. I'm still living my life, but it's not. I'm not, you know, it's not right. You know what I mean? And so I do the state championship games there. Fast forward, after the season, after the state championships, where I did 4 games in 2 days, or no, maybe 4 games. Was it 4 games, 2 days, 4 games, 1 day, whatever it was. I did 4 different teams, got prepared for the teams, did all that, called the game, state championship. One of them was Corey Parker, who was a great mentor of mine growing up with. So it was crazy for me to call his game. When he used to be my coach. He was my mentor. He's be in my house, taking care of me. And now he's winning his first state championship, and I'm calling the game. Incredible for me. That's insane. Incredible full circle moment. Full circle. And so after that is the year of COVID. So that's 2019. Again, COVID is 2020. And before COVID had hit, he had called me like, hey, we don't want you to go away just because football's over. We want you to stick around, right? And basically, I want to put money in your pocket. And we want you to keep on developing. Go nowhere. Because maybe he just saw something in me, right? Yeah. And so we you know, he set me up where I'm going to go to spring training with the Tigers. This is my first time venturing out before even Pistons. Spring training with the Tigers. I want to tell you something. I never played baseball in my life. Ever. Never participated in the game. I went to like 1 practice. The dude went to my house, said I would have to quit football because I'm so good. Man, you out your mind. Get out. Came to the projects talking crazy. I said, you're out of your mind. I'm never playing baseball. Ever. What are we talking about, bro? Never. You know how nice I am at court? It's like, what? And so, so I never played baseball. And I told him, like, yeah, man, I'm going to be honest. I don't know anything about baseball for real. I mean, I know strike 1, strike 2. I know the basics, but of it, I don't know enough to be covering it for real. Yeah. He like, I don't care about that. I'm going to send you down there with a camera. We're going to do fun things and do fun stuff, like do stuff. And I'm just like, all right. And so I go meet with him or whatever. And he going to come back later in the story. But fast forward through that time, as I'm packing my bag to go to spring training with the Tigers, I get the email from the MLB that baseball is canceled. Going into COVID. I'm heartbroken. Oh my God. Because that's my cheese. That's the cheese. I was in the money. Like, I'm obviously I wasn't going to be making what I'm making. Right. But I'm like, I got a steady, you know, some money coming in so I can continue to do the things I'm doing with the kids, and I don't have to go to a job every single day, which is, I just know I will be miserable, right? And so from that, he like, listen, we're going to be good. I'm going to set you up. You're going to do these shows. Like, he gave me this show called We Good. They had a billboard around here somewhere. I never even really, I saw it one time. Maybe. We Good? It was with a question mark? Yeah, We Good with a question mark. Okay, it was a billboard around the city. And I'm like, people would send it to me like, oh, this you? Yeah, you know what I mean? Come on, man. You know I'm on billboards. You know what time it is. Right, so he set me up with that. And then he set me up with, and then we did that show. Making good money, right? Yeah. And then he set me up with my own show called Forward Progress. Okay. And that's the first Emmy I won, right? I won my first Emmy for that show. And then as that's going, then we get to the fall, and this is where my life changes. And you know, J. Cole, you got a lyric: "Keep grinding, man. Your life can change in 1 year. It could change in an instant. Your life can change, and you have no idea when it's gonna come." And so all this work I've been doing, all this preparing. And so I decided when I called games, I would do a thing. I would go to his house Monday after the game, or you know, try to go Monday and just review it like how we watch film. Yeah. Right. And he'd just tell me how terrible I am. Don't do that. This and this. And then I like doing that. You know, we go back and forth, and it was a real organic opportunity. You know what I mean? And we get to arguments about, you know, stuff. And it was crazy because he was telling me the truth all the time, no matter how I liked it or not. Yeah. And it helped me accelerate and get better and better and better, right? So we get to the fall, and there's no football. There's no football. There's the football, but it wasn't on the network. There's no baseball. There's no basketball, right? So for them, there's nothing to put on TV, but we need to put some on TV. So they decided to do football games of the week, high school, and gave me all of them. So now, call the game, meet with him, improve. Fire. Call the game, meet with him, improve. Call the game, meet with him, improve. Right? One game, the top guy at Fox was watching because he went to the school. Yep. One game, the top guy at Fox, them little high school games. He was watching that little high school game. Top guy at Fox, one of the top guys. Oh. He was watching, and apparently he liked something I did. I look back at some of those games like, not that good. But he was watching, he liked it. I finished calling the game, that same process, call the game, go meet with him, call the game, and then I get to basketball where at this point I don't even know it, but I'm about to call state championship for girls basketball, state championship for boys basketball. I ain't dribbled since 09. And the last shot I shot, I missed it at the Breslin, but I ain't gonna talk about that. And then I'm doing my Pistons, sideline with the Pistons, which is crazy to me. Like, I never would have thought I would have been doing an NBA game or whatever.
Insane.
And so my boss get an email, Jeff Bauer get an email from Fox saying they want me to come audition. Went to audition. I never felt so good about audition or anything, because you do all these tryouts and different. Yeah. You never feel like you did everything you need to do, right? It's always like, man, I should have said that. Yep. Yeah. I never felt so good about something in my life. Never. Never. And that's how it happened. They called me like 6 months later, like, hey, we want to offer you a full package. And now I'm on national games. Now I'm not on the network where you don't need cable yet, but I'm on a network. It's on cable, right? It's FS1, right? It's basically ESPN for Fox. And I'm calling these games. I'm all around the country, all this, and literally that's how I essentially got lucky. But it's luck, it's a blessing. But I was ready. I was ready when my moment came. And God said, "Hey, go to ball," and I was ready to ball. And that's how it happened. And the thing people don't know is, I still do that same thing. So I call my game on Saturday. I come back on Sunday morning. Sometimes I work with the kids, go to church. Monday, I'm back at Jeff Bauer house. We sitting in the garage watching my tape, and now it's way more interactive because I'm almost where, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it'd be a lot of times where we be sitting and he'd be like, I'm like, man, what? Say something. He like, man, it's good.
You do it, bro.
It's good. I don't know. I can't just make up stuff. I'm like, no, you need to make up something because I can't get complaint. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to.
Over here and you ain't telling me nothing.
Yeah. So and like he like, even though he older, all gray hair. He one of my best friends. Right? He saved my life. Obviously a lot of occurrences that happened in my life that I think can attribute to saving my life, literally. Like, I done been in some situations I got out of, I don't know how, and changing mentality. Coach Carter saved my life. Corey Parker saved my life. My older brother, David Gardner. Like, people have, and he's one of those people that forever. Like, that's my guy.
Damn, man, there's so much to unpack, bro.
Yeah, I know it's a crazy story.
No, that's
it's not. And so people be asking like, oh, how you get into it? And even the kids, like as of a couple years ago, they're like, hey, I thought you do high school. Like, why you hating? Why you hating? 7 years old. Like, why you hating? What you mean high school? Don't disrespect me. But yeah, like that's exactly. I'm not making that up. That's exactly how it happened. And
let me ask you something.
What's up?
When did you first get on there? Because I think when the first game I seen, what was the first game you got? Like,
my first game on Fox?
On Fox?
What was my first game on Fox?
I don't know. I remember seeing them. I'm like, oh,
first game on Fox. What was my first game on Fox? I done had so many games now. I can't remember. I cannot remember. That's crazy. I need to know that, though. I want to know that.
That's a fact.
Yeah, but for me, I'm not a big celebratory guy like that. Like, I always expect the things that happen. So, and I need to stop doing this because I forget stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's a special moment. Your first time on Fox. You lived in the project.
That type
you lived in the projects.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Now you on Fox. You know what I mean? But
it's documented though.
I can find it.
Come on.
I can find it. I can find it. Yeah. So maybe that's part of why I don't remember stuff as much, because like everything I've done, it's documented. I can go look it up. You can just type it in the internet.
And then this is the next what I'm about to say. Maybe this is pertaining in that, right? Like, you kind of get lost in being great, right?
I mean,
yeah,
I don't. But yeah, you're right.
You get lost in being great, right? Because, like how you said, you get done doing that and then go sit with your mentor and then go back to get better, right?
Yeah.
Like, doing that, do you enjoy getting better?
Oh, I love the process. The process is incredible. So, analogy I give, I spoke at a career day with some kids, and all the kids I work with, they've already heard this, and it ain't mine. You can steal it, but I live by it. And the whole thing is becoming a great mountain climber. right? And so a lot of people think, oh, I want to climb no mountain. I'm from the hood. I don't even do heights like that.
I get
but
you.
like the whole premise of it is, when you climb a mountain, you get to your mountaintop, whatever that is. I want to be this. I want to be that. Whatever you want to be, and you get there. A lot of people, most people, dang near all people, they get satisfied and they think that's the end, right? And that's just not reality, because you the number one pick in the draft. Now you at the back at the bottom of a mountain to climb again. Maybe you want to be all pro. Maybe you want to be this, whatever it's going to be. And that's just the sports analogy. And obviously in business and everything,
in life,
right? You get to the top, you graduate. On the other side of you at the pinnacle, going to dinner, and everybody, happy graduation, is the bottom of another mountain.
Yeah.
Right. And so the idea is
now that I graduated.
The idea is you don't look at the mountain and worry about like climbing it. Like, it's the process of how you climb the mountain. Because once you become a great mountain climber or a problem solver, that's just what you do. It don't matter how big the mountain is.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about this mountain. I climb mountains. That's what I do. Like, I climb mountains. That ain't like, it's not a big deal for me when I get to a mountain, because that's just what I do. And so, like you say, I'm immersed in it, and I enjoy it. Yeah. I enjoy the struggle. I enjoy like not being. I don't want to say not being good at something, but I enjoy failing, because I know failing is the only way through.
Through it. Yep.
You know what I mean? So like,
push through this.
If I want something, how can I be upset with failing when I know without failure I can't have it? So I've changed my relationship, and I challenge all people to change their relationship with failure, because if you don't bomb, if you don't fail, you're never going to get what you want anyway. So 100%. You better find a way to enjoy it and somehow find a way to laugh it off or whatever you got to do, because without failure, there is no way through, period.
That's insane. Man. So last podcast I have, just to go on about what we're talking about, last podcast I have, the guest said he didn't really believe in having the same 24 hours. Do you believe in people having the same 24 hours? As in, like, you can wake up and be able to go. Oh,
like I got the same 24 hours as you?
Yeah.
Well, you have to make a choice, because if you get up earlier, I got more hours than you. If I get up earlier than you, I got more hours than you.
Yeah.
If I go to sleep and I got a little more, you know what I mean? 100%. Like, it's how you attack what you're doing. And so I guess I do agree. I've never heard that, but I do agree that we don't all have the same 24 hours. Ooh. But it's not because we don't have it. It's because I chose differently.
You chose differently.
I chose to have more hours than you.
Right? Okay, now he made it make sense for both of us, right? Because the end, they were saying like, no, he don't have the same 24 hours because it's a guy living in a condo and he got a different life, and we're living on a couch.
Well, so that's the end of the I'm talking about at the beginning of you becoming. Beginning of becoming. We all have the chance to live in that condo.
Right, 100%. There we
go. So you can get a little deeper and whatever, because of race and all this different stuff.
Yeah.
But at the embryonic stages of it, I would say, yeah, we don't have the same 24 hours because I chose mine differently.
Yeah, you chose them differently. So basically, if you chose to get your ass up at that same time.
Right, because think of like I talked about, I got up and went to Inkster High School and nobody even know in obscurity all that time. I think that is important because during that time I improved so much and nobody saw it. Everybody else could have got up early. And guess what? I'm going to tell you, and it's safe to say now, I would never talk about it, but Deion Butler is a guy who, because the only reason I'm going to talk about it now is because he's been openly talking about how our relationship changed his life. And I'm fine with that. But I'm never the dude to stand on the table and say, I did this for whoever or whatever, because that's not who I am.
Let me hear it. Yeah.
But my senior year, I wasn't the one in there throwing by myself. First of all, my goddad was like, you cannot keep throwing this ball at my hands like this. He old, his hands is red. He like, I can't do this no more. And Cam Gordon had graduated as my receiver.
Cam, yep.
So like, I need a new dog. And he and Deion was on the basketball team together, and he was a good basketball player, but 75% of why he was good was because of his attitude. He had some skills, and he might take offense to it, like I was super nice. All right, fine. It was because your attitude, and you looked at the other dude and said, "I'm better than you. No matter what you did, I don't care. I'm better than you, right?" And that's the type of attitude I need to ride with me in the alley. You know what I mean? Dark alley.
100%.
And so I'm like, all right, he ain't gonna catch no more. He ain't gonna want to bring me no more because it's just becoming too much. I'm getting stronger. I'm like, you know what I mean? And so I told him like, hey man, I'll be going to whatever. not even inviting him to play football.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I know he had played football in the past. I'm like, hey, man, come with me in the morning, throw whatever. Because you're a 6'3" power forward.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen for you, brother.
100%.
It's just not going to happen.
No.
And so he would come, but with getting up early like that and coming in, you got to change your life. You can't be up all night. You can't be whatever. And he, for whatever reason, he wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, bet. Long story short, he played 1 year of varsity football. He went to D1 and ended up in the Lions locker room. You know what I mean? So his 24 hours completely changed just because I was being selfish, and really my goddad was being selfish. Ollie, you was being selfish. You could have put some gloves on or something. But I thank you, and I'm sure Dion would thank you. He don't even know that.
Yeah.
That's the reason. That's the only reason. I was just gonna do it by myself with my goddad, and that's the only reason I requested Dion to come. It wasn't that, and I would love to say, like, I saw that he was going down the wrong path and I wanted to save him and wanted to whatever. That ain't it. Because I was too selfish at that point to even think like that.
Yeah.
However, I did see he was going, but I just separate myself. That's me. I just separate. All right, yeah, you do your thing. And we cool. But I'm going to just be over here. I just got a different goal.
Yeah.
And because of my selfishness, or my goddad's selfishness, more his, selfishness, that's how he started coming in the morning with me my whole senior year. And then we got busy, went to the state championship.
Yeah.
He was a dog.
Yeah.
He ended up playing that, and his whole thing is literacy because he graduated college and couldn't read. Right? So he changed his life around or whatever, but he was always, it's embarrassing. You ain't going to speak up when you're young.
Yeah.
And I can see why he didn't. I mean, because, at that point I was a little more mature, so I probably wouldn't have attacked him. But you know how it is when you live in the black community. You can't tell nobody you can't read. You just can't. You just can't do it, right? And so that's the life he had to live, and I imagine it was devastating for him. But his 24 hours changed, and now he's a great dad, all that. He's doing legislation for literacy and all that. Like he in a lot of different arenas. He's doing some motivational speaking stuff, and it's everything happens the way it should, and that happened all because. Basically, my goddad was soft.
No, that's a fact. And he took advantage of the opportunity that was thrown at him.
Now, the rest of it is all him.
It's all
he
him.
got busy.
Yeah, he got busy.
He did his thing,
Yeah.
And I'm happy that he. Yeah, I mean, he was confident already. Man. He was pretty confident.
He said he had that confidence already, but just taking advantage of that opportunity,
I'm gonna tell you why he wasn't playing football, because he was a quarterback. And when I came to Inkster, I'm shutting all that down. I'm sorry. It is what it is. That's my boy though. He was a JV quarterback, went undefeated. Yep, when I got there.
Wow. So he was expecting
Yeah, he was, but there wasn't no chance of me allowing that.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm a psycho, Because like I wouldn't even rock with him in school because I know you think you might think this should be yours, and it's not.
That's hard.
Yeah.
We was playing against you, bro.
Yeah, I was a psycho. I was a psycho for sure. Yeah. I'm still kind of a psycho, Yeah.
Oh, that's a fact. Man, 4 Grammys, brother. 4 Grammys.
Emmys.
Emmys. I'm sorry. I keep on saying Grammy. I say that earlier too.
I want to get a Grammy too, though.
Yeah,
I don't see why not. We might as well go ahead.
4 Emmys. Did you ever see that on your radar?
Absolutely not. I grew up in the projects.
I
didn't even know what Emmy was until Jeff Bauer had told me. Like I was at his house and I saw it. I'm like, oh, what? Like, he's like, yeah, these Emmys. He's like, yeah, maybe one day you'll get you one. And I'm like,
maybe one day you'll get.
I'm like,
bring that up though.
Man, that'd be nice. That'd be nice to have one of them little gold trophies, and now I got 4. Like I'm. It's not something that I could have never imagined that, dog. I'm telling you. Like how we grew up.
Yeah.
Like where. Did you even know what Emmy? Like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't. It's unbelievable to me, and so sometimes I do got to take a step back and like, dude, you boil water to take a hot bath. And you got 4 Emmys in your house, like in your background, whatever. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. And to be honest, I haven't done everything I want to do, but like to this point, I've done a decent amount of things, man. It's all right.
The Emmys at your house.
Oh yeah, of course. I gave my mom a certificate. They give you a little certificate. Come on, man.
You got 4 of them. You couldn't throw moms.
No, Mom.
All work.
Mom, did you sit in front of that camera? and can't get the words right and stumbling over your words and trying to get it, you know what I mean? But yeah, the certificate, she got that for sure. Yeah. I mean, she got my degree. I mean, how much more does she want?
Yeah.
She got my degree. She got my certificate. She got the, like, I won, like, National Player of the Week. She got them certificates. I ain't seen them in years,
You say
man.
the Emmys got to stay home.
Yeah, come on. The Emmys got to roll with your boy.
Home.
Yeah.
So the confidence that you have, coming up in Little League and stuff like that, did that change stepping in front of that camera? Because like we said, it's a whole different ball game, you know? So
the confidence in Little League, I just got to say this, was manufactured and fake. It was because I was bigger. It wasn't real. You know what I mean?
It's like
because I wasn't like a hard worker as a little kid. I just was tall.
Yeah.
Because remember, I wasn't that fast. I mean, if you remember Little League, I wasn't that fast, but I know the children were scared of me.
Yeah.
I'm like 5. I was like 5'6" when I was 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, are you that nice? But that allowed me to get real confidence eventually. Yeah. And so getting in front of the camera, only people that I work with know this. I still be stressed out. I get bad anxiety, man.
Really?
I know it's hard to believe because I'm very confident and all that. But when that light, like for this, you know, something go down, we can cut it out, we can redo it, we can stop that real quick.
Yeah.
When that red light on, it ain't no redo. Ooh. And that comes with I feel more pressure in that than I ever did in the arena playing football. Not even close. When I tell you, I be like I've had times where I had to run off camera to take my inhaler because I can't breathe. Yeah.
So have you ever had like a blooper moments on live TV?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I just roll. You know, you just gotta roll. What else you gonna do? You can't dwell on it. Yeah. I mean, not super blooper, but like, I didn't mean to say that. You know what I mean? Like crazy stuff. Like, you know, it ain't never perfect. It's never perfect. It's never as good as you thought it was, but it's never as bad as you thought it was.
Yeah, 100%.
And so, and it's good because there have been times where before the Monday meeting with Jeff, I would hit him up like, man, this ain't a good one. Or when I get there, like, nah, man, like this ain't. And then watch it back, and it's like, actually, you killed it. You killed it. It was straight.
That's a fact.
He's like, I don't really have much to say.
Yeah.
And then there's other times like, man, this might be my best game ever. And then it's like, that was garbage. That was trash. You know, so it's a lot of it is all relative. You know, because I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but. You know, my whole goal is to make sure that, you know, whether you 90 years old, 5 years old, 7, 8 year old, 10, football genius, somebody don't know nothing about football, you can enjoy the game the same way.
Yeah, 100%. So you being a player, you being criticized, being on the field and stuff like that, how is it? You criticizing these players? Do they hit your DM like, hey, man, what's up now?
I mean, I'd be cool. I'm not super critical, especially because we have meetings with them. And if you cool with me in the meeting, cool with you in the game. Right? Maybe you do something that ain't very desirable and it looks terrible. I ain't gonna kill you. Now you keep doing it. You know, you gotta say what it is. But you know, I address it. But there's always stuff you can pivot to, right? I can pivot to something he's doing in the community. I can pivot to the way that his coach or his teammates speak about him. You know what I mean? I don't gotta dwell on how bad he was. Now, if you're not a in a meeting, you acting all, you know, like you, okay, well, you better be nice.
I'm on you now.
You better be nice.
So it's a meeting before?
Yeah, we have meetings with the coaches and the players before the game. We watch practice, all that kind of stuff. Yep, for every game.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, it's a lot to go into it. We ain't just jumping up on TV, man. It's so much preparation, right? I study more film now, I feel like, than I really did as a player, because you got to think, as a player, I'm studying one team that I'm playing against and just their defense. As a announcer, I'm studying both teams' offense and defense. That's crazy.
That's Yeah.
That's, you know how much film you got to watch?
That's so much.
And people be wondering, like, man, why can't I get in touch with you? Because I'm busy.
I'm watching this.
You gotta know all their names.
Oh, the names is crazy.
Man.
You got to study the names.
I was about to ask you.
You have to study.
It's a list that gets sent to you.
No, so like, I mean, you got the roster, but like on your board, you get this board. It got the phonetic spelling of how you say the name and whatever.
Pronounce it.
The names be tough, man. And so I don't even get to the names until Thursday. Like Monday is the meeting. At night I try to go home and put some background noise on whatever game is of the team I got moving forward. Tuesday I'm diving in hard, offense, defense, all that. And Thursday is when it's like, all right, let's do these names. I'll be avoiding it. Yeah. Because it's tough, especially you get a Utah or BYU. Crazy. That's why I'm sick. You know, we got a new coach at Michigan who came from Utah, and so he bringing a lot of guys with them names. I'm like, come on, man, can we please not have him as a contributor? Because I don't have time for this. Yeah. It's hard. Because like I said, ain't no redo. right? This dude that made a play, I look at his name. Oh, Lord.
Man.
We're going to call him Tom. We're going to call him Tom this time, yeah.
No, that's a fact. So, being in that big house calling the games, do you ever get that itch again?
No, so I've only called one Michigan game.
You only called one Michigan
game? Yeah, but I've only called
year,
one Michigan. It was at Michigan, and absolutely not. I have no desire for people to run into me.
At all.
No, man, you know how I feel. Them car accident. I feel like you got into a car accident after every single game. I remember playing Central Michigan. We blasted them. I don't even think I got tackled twice in the game.
Yeah.
And after the game, I felt like I got into a car accident. I said, why am I feeling like this? But it's the adrenaline of going hard and running and the pounding on your body, whether, somebody hit you or not. I do not miss that feeling. Now, the glory, like the scoring touchdowns, everybody go great, I miss that. Yeah. But the preparation to get to that, which is all year round, you got to be eating right and lifting, all this. And then getting hit, no, thank you.
Not at all.
Nope. I played a flag football game and I felt like that. I said, why do I feel like this?
No, that's a fact.
Crazy. I do not miss that at all.
Like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I ain't play basketball. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I be feeling terrible. I can't walk. Why can't I walk? I'm grown. What am I doing? Yeah, I can't do it.
I can't get out the bed.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Is there anything new you'll want to see in your career today? I mean, obviously you want to keep getting better in what you're doing right now, but it's like.
Well, so my ultimate goal, where my top of my mountain, where there may not be many more mountains, is to be on the A crew for a network. Yep, be the A crew first, so you know exactly when the game is. Ain't no question. I'm doing the same game every week, right?
Yeah.
Yep, and but like right now I'm on the third crew at Fox, which is good.
That's fire. What crew it is?
Like I was on the 8th crew when I first started.
Wow.
And in 2 or 3 years, I'm on the third crew with Tim Brando, who's legendary name.
Yes.
Right? He called games when we was little kids all the way. He been doing it for 35, 40 years. So to be with a dude that's legendary like that, and he also believes he's legendary, and he probably ain't gonna see this, but he already know. I feel like he believes he's legendary, and I've stole some from him. Like that's a different kind of confidence where he don't care. I'm that guy, and it don't matter. So yeah, being able to be at this point, like I've never really been in a rush, but I've prepared like I'm in a rush. Like I'm not really in a rush, but I prepare like I'm in a rush. So when I get the ball,
it's showtime.
I can ball.
Let's get it. Mentorship. What is mentorship to you, to these kids today?
Oh, it's everything. It's who I am. It's I always joke like it's my real job. Yeah. Obviously I got a job, making, doing whatever I'm doing, but like my real job is making sure that the future of football, but not only just football, the community and everything, they understand how important it is to not only do your job, do what you need to do, make sure you become successful, but to pull people behind you up. And whenever somebody needs you, no matter what, you help them. You give them everything you got, even the guy that's in the same room with you, because Denard was that for me. If it's a guy in the same room with you and he's vying for your position and he wants you, he wants to be the quarterback, but you're the quarterback, or if you're a receiver, whatever the case may be, because AB did it to me too. He taught me everything that I needed to know as a receiver when I was with the Steelers. You help him as if he was your little brother, and you give him everything you can. Because firstly, that's going to help him. But secondly, it's going to help you too.
100%.
Right? You're going to become the best you can possibly be because you're giving him all this sauce, right? So it's important that you make sure your things is in tight because he going to take your job. And I know you don't want that, right? And so having that security, that confidence, that's true, real confidence when I can look at a man who wants my job and give him everything he can to take my job, still believing there's no chance he takes my job. And that's how Denard looked at me. I'm telling you, it was annoying to start. I'm like, why do this dude keep? Because I never experienced it. You know how we cutthroat, we fight and claw, we crabs in the barrel. Yeah. And he the first person that was like, nah, man, I'm gonna give you all this sauce. He ain't never say it like this, but this is basically what he's saying. Listen, man, you my little bro. I'm taller than him, but you my little bro. I'm only 1 year behind him.
Right.
You got potential. You gonna be all right, and I'm gonna make sure you get everything you need to be the man. But I ain't worried about you taking my job. Spot.
That's real confidence right there.
And that taught me, like, that's real confidence.
Yeah, it's real confidence.
That's real. I can teach you everything I know, and you still ain't got a chance, Chief.
Without no ego.
But when your time comes, you're going to be right.
Yeah.
But it ain't your time.
It ain't your time. It's mine.
It's mine. Yeah. So that taught me real, true, organic, unshakable type of confidence.
Yeah.
Even though obviously, as you know, confidence can wither as you go on. But yeah, it was. That's how it was.
Yeah. Do you see Bryce right now being what they say he can be?
He got stuff he got to work on. He got stuff he need to work on, and my question would be, who's telling him the truth? Because I do a show where I got to break down his film every single week,
I was gonna ask you that.
and he didn't get better at all the whole year, which is not. I've seen him since he was a little kid, and that's just not how it is. He is a ultra competitor, and he's gotten better. Obviously, you become the number one player in the country. But when you start to add money and all these different things and all these different voices, and you forget about keeping the main thing, which is work. Period. You didn't get to this or get the money because you look nice, or because you handsome, or because you got Gucci, or because you got or because you cool.
Right.
You got it because you nice.
You can ball.
And if you not nice no more, there is no that don't happen. You know what I mean? It's transactional. It's completely transactional. You know what I mean? And so, but as far as potential and the ability to become the best in the history of the University of Michigan, absolutely. So, I mean, they're doing a nice job. They put real competition in the room, right? They got a dude who went to college at 16. He was so nice. Lead 11, everything, yeah. Yep. A young guy who came from LSU, right? He got into a car accident at the beginning of the year last year, so he couldn't compete this year. But he went to college at 16, so they the same age, except he's been in college for 2 years, So real true competition. And I what I would say to them is, be what Denard was to me, to each other. Help each other. And the best gonna come out.
No ego.
We're gonna see.
Yeah.
And you should believe you better than him, and you should believe you better than him, and y'all should duke it out. And whoever, it's transfer portal era, so one of y'all gonna be able to leave. But I think that's the healthiest way, because they're both going to be the best quarterback they've ever been in their entire life after this spring and summer.
Best.
Ain't even close. Because the competition that they're about to face. Remember, this 16-year-old go to college, you that nice. You've never had nobody to push you for real, because you just always been nice. For Bryce, you started as a freshman, right? You've never had nobody throughout your life. You know what I mean? So now you got to do, you looking at, we the same age. We both special. We both got these elite talents. Now you're going to see what time it is, So I just think it's good for both of them, because whoever wins the job, the other one can be successful somewhere else, and we've seen it happen over and over again. So, and it's special because it's two young black quarterbacks that getting a chance at a university that just don't have many black quarterbacks.
That's crazy. That's fire. You being around these Elite 11s, quarterbacks and stuff like this.
I'm going tomorrow.
You going tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's fire. Do you see another Bryce Underwood, Devin Gardner? That's out there.
Oh no, they're getting better and better.
They getting better and better.
Oh yeah, I ain't even close to these good kids. Nah. I ain't even close.
You got a name?
Now my attitude believes, but my grown up, thought process is like, my mentality might have been better because they just kind of soft-ish. But as far as skill, talent, just pure, ain't even close. They all got quarterback trainers, everything. You said what?
Name you could throw out?
So we just started the circuit this year, and so I just go off of this past weekend. I really can't even pick one name because it was so many dudes. It was in L.A.
L.A. Okay.
Cold-blooded. And Brady Edmonds is the kid that got invited. Now there will be 2 or 3 more, I think, that will get invited as we start to watch the film and watch everybody. But it's still early, so you want to see as many kids as you can before you decide who all going in. But when I'm watching this ball jump off this kid's hand, man, and there ain't too many people I see like this, I said, I could have never done that. Yeah, like that. Like that. He going to Ohio State. Sucks.
They see the same thing you see.
I'm looking, I'm like, nah, because I judge like that's how I got a different judgment than the 24/7 dudes and dudes who ain't never been in that fire. I judge it off of what I was. And I'm like, oh no, he can go. He all right. He's straight. He cool. He's throwing that rock, man. It was impressive, man. It was super impressive, man. But it was a bunch of other dudes that maybe just didn't have as much juice, but still everything was clean. It was one of the best. I mean, we've only been to 2, but it's the best one thus far for sure.
Yeah. Fire. How's your mental health right now?
Oh, incredible.
Incredible?
Yeah. I love.
That's what I'm talking about.
And it's because of them kids, man. They saved my life. Like I can never get too down on myself and really think about anything that I may be going through. You know what I mean? Because my purpose and my why is them. And if I can get, you know what I mean? If I ever get down, which I don't get down much anymore. Yeah. Let's be honest. I mean, I don't have many issues. You know what I mean? Right. But if I do get in that space, it's gonna be a lot of workouts, boy. Yeah. y'all gonna be my psychologist, man. We're gonna get a lot of working out in. Hey, what time y'all ready? Come on, you know what I mean? So it's my therapy. I get a chance to help people that I can't benefit from, right? I get nothing from them except for them becoming everything that maybe I couldn't, and like it was cool. Like Dante Moore won a state championship. It was the greatest day of my life. I'm like, oh my God, because I never won one.
You never won one,
right? And it's like that's the whole goal. You got to do what I didn't do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or else I failed. You know what I mean? Kind of,
I failed if I.
And so yep. So I'm good to go, man. It's cool.
What's your biggest misconceptions
about people have about me?
About you, that they say about you.
So you obviously most people don't know that I grew up in the hood, obviously. Yeah. And this TV thing, it gets
I think I know what you're about to say.
It gets people try to get real familiar because they don't really, they think I'm just like this, they think I'm a sheep. And what they don't know is I'm presenting a sheep. You know what I mean? I'm a lion. You know what I mean? I'm presenting a sheep.
Come on now.
Right? And some people see the lion and it's just like, you don't really, you ain't really trying to see the lion like that. You know what I mean? So I don't think people really understand. It's a choice. I'm making a choice to be cool. I'm making a choice to, you know what I mean? Be all right with you talking crazy and just like, hey man,
come on, man.
Because once we get there, okay.
It's over.
Yeah, man. So that's the biggest mistake. Because like y'all know, you knew me when I was young. Yeah. They only know me as the TV guy now. Yeah. Like people in this world, they never saw me as a psychopath kid who is mad at it, creating these fights and at the games. Like, They never saw that person, and I'm fine with it. I think it's great,
Think that all you want.
Yeah. I don't have no problem with it. Yeah. I'm out the way anyway, so you can't,
100%. All right, before we get out of here, one piece of advice that you think that'll change a person's life that'll hear this right now.
Oh yeah, be a great mountain climber. Period. Just the analogy I talked about, great problem solver. When you get to the top of the mountain, obviously look around, right? We're on the 21st floor right now. Yeah. Right? Look around and take it in, of course. But know and understand that on the other side is another mountain. And because you are a mountain climber, it's just what you do. Everything you want is in front of you. And change your relationship with failure. It is not a bad thing. And we've been taught that it's the worst thing in the world. And it's so far from the truth. There is no way through but to fail. And most people fail over and over and over and over and over and over and over again before they get to what they want. But that's the only way through. And if you have to fail that many times, that's just what it is.
That's what it is.
And don't get discouraged about it, right? Change your relationship with that failure. And I think everybody be all right.
The legend himself, Devin Gardner.
No.
Thank you, brother. And that was fire. God damn.
See, I'm praying for him. I'm the shooter now. I won't let a hand land on him. I've been raised by Marines, so the shot is Jason Bourne. God took my grandma, then my heart is still torn. Views from the land, I can see the whole city. See the clear, biggest hill,